Hey y'all, it's Ryan. Even when I'm short on time, I love to doodle. So we're going to start doing some monthly themed doodle sessions. So grab your drawing tools and let's get to it. For our January doodles, we are going to draw some fun little icons that go with New Year's. So I have my 8 squares that I usually use for my doodles, and I'm going to start in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm going to start with a one of those sound makers. So I'm going to start just with circle and hold so it snaps 2, and then just draw 2 lines coming down at an angle on either side. I'm going to connect them at the bottom, and then I'm going to add 2 lines here just to break it up a little bit. And then you can add kind of curly Q lines coming out of it to show noise coming out of the noisemaker. So there's our first doodle. The second one is going to be one of those fun New Year's top hats that you usually see a lot of. So I'm just going to start with 1 line going up, hold until it snaps 2. Then I'm going to draw a curved line over to my right, and then another line coming down. Now I'm going to connect both of those with a curved line around at the bottom. I'm going to come about 1/3 of the way up on my left. I'm going to draw around the hat, hold until it snaps 2. Make that a little bigger. Go, and then draw a line across to show the different pieces of the top hat. Okay. The third doodle that we're going to do is going to be one of those pull, like the poppers, that when you pull it, it makes noise and then streamers and fun stuff comes out of it. So I'm going to start just by drawing a cylinder. So I'm going to start with a small circle for the front, hold until it snaps 2. Oop. Let's connect that. And then from the top and the bottom, I'm going to draw 2 lines, one going straight back, and then the bottom, another one going straight back. And then I'm going to curve the bottom. Okay, and then I'm also going to add kind of a loop on the end so that it looks like the string that you pull to pop. And then you can do whatever design you want on this popper to make it festive and fun and really just show that we're bringing in the new year with all sorts of positive fun vibes. Now we're going to add, kind of like what we did up here with the curly cues to show stuff coming out of it, we're going to add some fun curly cues and stuff coming out of our popper. And you can just do this randomly. There's no kind of rhyme or reason to the lines that I'm adding. Just go in and add in curly cues, kind of wavy lines, just because this is the streamers, the fun stuff that's coming out of the popper. And then I'm also going to add in some dots and some stars to show the little pieces of confetti coming out of the popper as well. Okay. So next up is going to be a different party hat that is more of the cone shape. So I'm going to start by just doing kind of like a mountain, up and down, hold so it snaps to, and then curved line down at the bottom. And then I'm going to kind of put that cute little bobble up on the top of it. And then again, just like with our popper up here, you can add any kind of design. You can write 2025 into it, whatever you want to do to make this party hat yours. So there's our party hat. The next one I'm going to add is going to be a clock, obviously counting down to New Year's. Looks a little different these days with a little one, but we try. So I'm going to draw the inside of the clock first, hold so it snaps to, come a little ways out and draw a second larger circle around that first one. And then in the middle, I'm going to draw a small circle for the middle of my clock with one small hand and one large. And then I am just going to draw rounded rectangles around the 4 key points of a clock. And then add in lines in between each one to show the other times. Okay. Next, we're gonna do like a connected 3, 2, 1 countdown. So speech bubbles that are connected all as one. And these are just gonna be rounded rectangles with numbers in each one. So I'm not gonna close them. I'm going to add a diagonal line down and then connect it to my next speech bubble, so that it's a continuous. And at the end, going to add in that little point down at the bottom. And then I'm gonna write in 3, 2, and 1. And then because we're yelling typically the countdown, I'm gonna add in those lines out to the side to show that this is kind of an exclamation of it, that sound. Okay. So next up, we're gonna do 2 champagne flutes, kind of cheersing or tapping each other. So I'm gonna do really simple shapes. I'm gonna just do a long skinny U, hold until it snaps to, and then draw in a line across the top to connect it. And I'm gonna do a second one that's touching that first one, same steps, long skinny U with a line to connect at the top. And then for the legs or the base of my flute, I'm gonna draw 2 lines straight down, really close together, end it in kind of a triangle shape, and then add the rounded base to the bottom. I'm gonna do that on both. The 2 lines, triangle bottom, and then rounded. And then you can add in kind of liquid line and then little bubbles in it if you would like. And then up at the top, you can add in little bubbles kind of coming up and out of the champagne flutes. And there we have our cheers to the new year. And then it would not be New Year's unless we have fireworks. So the last doodle is going to be a starburst firework. So here I'm just going to add in lines coming out at an angle. And I like to rotate my canvas as I'm adding these lines, just so that way the angle that they're coming out kind of stays the same, instead of me holding in one spot and trying to keep that same angle that I had. So I'm gonna do long lines first, and then I'm gonna come back in and add shorter lines as well as stars. Just a couple more little short lines and stars. And there we have our firework. There's our New Year's doodles. I hope y'all had a wonderful, fantastic new year and are looking forward to 2025. Thank you so much for drawing with me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you're notified when new videos are posted. Hope to see you soon!